Hi guys, this is Dan from jailbroken.com. I'm giving you a quick tutorial on Zephyr from chpwn, and he just updated this tweak. I think he's updated a couple times. It gives you a nice smooth multitasking, somewhat like the Nokia N9. It just slide your finger from the bottom or from the sides, and you can easily multitask. And you can pull up your app switcher. You can run down here. You can see in version, this most recent version. You're able to disable Zephyr in certain applications, like if you're playing Angry Birds, you don't want to accidentally switch applications when you're pulling the birds on that, or on other games. You can pick certain ones if you have an issue with app switching when you don't want to. You also have you also added the option for more fingers. Instead of just doing a one finger swipe, you could have multiple fingers. You can disable in certain games like Cut the Rope or Words of Friends and other things like that. Go ahead and give you a quick tutorial of that, I guess. Start off the bottom swipe from the bottom up. We'll pull up your app switcher. As you can see, that I have a super switcher involved here. Go ahead and close that. So if I swipe up, it pulls up my app switcher instead of having to double tap the home button. It would be a pretty nice tweak if you had a broken home button, or if your home button didn't work very well. Having to double tap it all the time to pull up your app switcher, you can just slide it from the bottom and you get that. Now, going into an application here, I'm going to jump into Cydia here. So once I get that going, it doesn't switch apps really quickly, but it does once it's loaded. So I can put my finger off the screen to the right and pull over. It'll pull over my settings app, which is my next one, and do the same thing once you give it a second to load. You can pull up the next one, which is my email. So you can just jump between applications like that. It doesn't go, like if I try to go right away, it doesn't go to switch to the next application. But if I wait a little while and give it a chance to load, I can pull up the next one here. So if I go ahead and go into Zephyr here, and change that to 2 fingers instead. And then if I do 1 finger here, it's not going to switch applications. If I go 1 up, it'll still do that because that's separate. Right here, I can change that to 2 fingers as well. So if I go 1 up from the bottom, it doesn't do anything. But if I have 2, it'll pull up my app switcher. So same thing from the side. If I only have 1 finger from the side, it will not open it will not switch tasks. But if I have 2 fingers from the side, you can have them far apart, or you can just put them right next to each other. As long as it recognizes there's 2 separate fingers there. You can disable this while the keyboard is displayed. I have that on for both switching apps and for swiping it from the bottom, because sometimes when you're typing you might hit the space bar, or you might pull. It might seem like you're pulling up and they might pull up your app switcher. And sometimes the multitasking will pop up when you don't want it to, or you'll switch apps when you're playing a game, and you can just turn it off on that game or on a calculator or on whatever you're having problems with. It's a really nice addition to this app. Zephyr is available in the Cydia store. I'll pull it up here. Just type in ZEP and it'll pull up Zephyr here. And that's how you'll find it in the Cydia store once you're jailbroken. You can see that I already have it officially purchased. It fully supports iOS 5. It's $2.99. You can check out some screenshots of it in action. I think this is one of the better tweaks you can find. Well worth the $2.99. Thanks.